Hey, writers. So today we are going to be talking about bubbles, and we're going to be starting to brainstorm about writing a poem all about bubbles. So you guys should have had a thing of bubbles. It doesn't look like this. This is my thing of bubbles that I have. But you should have had a thing of bubbles in your basket. So you can get that out right now. You should also have just a plain blank sheet of paper. If you don't have just a white sheet of paper, you can use your journal for paper. And you should have your magic pen. Okay? So today we are going to learn how poets come up with ideas when they're writing a poem. So poets are a lot like regular writers that we've already learned about. And we learned about something that writers use to help them come up with ideas. Do you guys remember what it was? So I'm going to teach you today. Today, I want to teach you that when poets want to write a poem about something, they use their senses, okay? So we already know that we have 5 senses, and we learned in small moments that writers also use a 6th sense, and that is their heart, okay? So on your paper, I want you to draw a heart. And remember, that's like something that we feel. So I'm just going to write a little heart right here. Make sure that it doesn't cover your whole paper because we're going to write a lot more stuff on here. Okay? And then what's another sense that we have on our body? What's something else? What about things that we see? So go over a little bit on your paper and draw just your best eye. Doesn't have to be great. Could just be a circle. Here's my eye. So I have a heart and I have an eye. Things that I feel, things that I see. Okay. What's another sense that we have? Maybe smell. Okay. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space and I'm just going to draw my best nose. Again, it doesn't have to be the greatest nose. It's just kind of like a sketch. So here's my nose. See how I'm making them kind of little because we're going to be writing stuff in here. Okay, so I've got my feeling, what I see, what I smell. What about my mouth and what I taste? So I'm going to go over kind of below my eye and I'm going to draw a mouth. And if I'm going too fast, just pause the video, or you can do this after we're done with the video. Okay, so I've got feeling, seeing, smelling, tasting. What about hearing? Okay, I'm going to go a little bit below my nose and I'm going to draw my best ear. It doesn't have to be the greatest in the world, just a quick sketch of an ear. Okay, so far we've got 5, so we need 1 more. What could it be? I think we did everything on our face and we did our heart. So I think the last thing is feeling. What do we feel? So I'm going to draw a hand kind of below my mouth. There it is. Okay, so you guys can see on my paper, I have all of my senses. Feeling, seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, and feeling with my hands. So feeling with my heart and feeling with my hands. Okay? We are going to be using all of our senses today to blow some bubbles. And we're going to be writing down all the things that we notice while we're blowing the bubbles, because we're going to use these words when we write a poem tomorrow all about bubbles. Okay? So your assignment right now is to blow some bubbles with the bubbles that I gave you and think about, what do I see? What do I smell? What do I taste? What do I hear and what do I feel? Some of this stuff might be kind of hard to notice when you're blowing bubbles. So you might want to blow some bubbles yourself. You might want to have your mom or your dad or another person that's with you blow some bubbles so that you can watch. And then I'm also going to put a video of some bubbles being popped and blown up in slow motion. And you might see some things differently too. So blow your bubbles and then fill this in, all the things that you see, feel, hear, smell, taste. Think about all those things while you're blowing a bubble, and you should be able to fill this whole piece of paper with all of these things. Now, you're probably not going to want to taste the bubbles, but you might know kind of what they might taste like based on how they smell. Okay, but I definitely don't want you to drink your bubbles. You know better than that, right? Don't do that. So if you don't taste them or you have no idea how they would taste, leave the tasting part out. That's okay. Okay, but I think you should be able to do everything else. So blow these bubbles yourself. Watch the videos that I have in our slide, and then fill in this whole paper, and we're going to use this tomorrow for our poems. All right, bye guys.